running the emergency tones again.
They say I'm missing, but I'm still on the air.
If I'm missing, then who's talking to you right now?
Emergency broadcasts once meant safety. A voice interrupting the night meant time remained. The system didn't speculate. It only spoke facts. And sometimes, the truth arrives too early to be understood. Daniel Reeves did not believe in haunted places. He believed in signals, in explanations that survived daylight. That was why people trusted him. So when he announced a Halloween broadcast from Briar Hollow Bridge, he sounded more entertained than cautious.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Memento Mori, Latin for Remember That You Must Die. Fitting for Halloween, I guess. Now, let's test a legend.
The legend was simple. Stand alone on Briar Hollow Bridge after dark, and the forest would call your name. Daniel explained it the way he always did. Patiently. Methodically.
What people hear out here is predictable. Echo distortion, wind patterns moving through the trees, and expectation doing the rest. The brain hears what it's already afraid of.
He had dismantled dozens of stories this way. Tonight was supposed to be no different.
There are no witches out here, no ghosts. Just the dark playing tricks on people. What the fuck? Ah! Ah! Ah!
The broadcast ended moments later. Abruptly. No farewell. No explanation. Only silence. Where his voice had been. What caused the interruption was never officially documented. Only the absence remained. They said Daniel Reeves was recovered alive. That was the official statement. A man found near the forest hours later. Severely injured, unconscious. Identification was made quickly. Some would later say, too quickly. The machines showed life, a pulse, steady breathing, brain activity present. But when his family spoke to him, nothing answered back. His body is responding, one doctor said. We just don't know if he is. No statement was ever taken. Records disagreed on the outcome. Survival or unresolved. Because weeks later, a missing person alert was issued anyway. Late at night, the broadcast returned on Daniel's usual frequency. No station identification, no program was expected. Only his voice, emerging from static, calm, familiar, unchanged.
All right, night listeners, if you survived Halloween without supernatural interference, congratulations.
A soft laugh, as if nothing unusual had happened. Then, the emergency alert tone. Sharp, mechanical, impossible to ignore.
Okay, engineering finally committed to the bit.
A missing person alert appeared.
Well, that's awkward. If anyone spots me out here, feel free to let me know.
The alert repeated.
Guess the forest didn't like my review.
But the silence that followed lingered too long. Another alert interrupted.
Very funny. Whoever's running this, you got me.
Paper shifted. Buttons clicked.
You can't use emergency channels as a joke. Control room, cut it out.
No one answered. Only open airwaves.
For the record, I'm standing in a perfectly normal studio.
Another alert flashed.
No, that's incorrect. I'm not missing. I'm right here. Fear fills gaps where understanding hasn't arrived yet. There's nothing out there except stories.
The transmission cut abruptly. Official records state the broadcast ended there. Engineers blamed interference, equipment failure, signal corruption sufficient to close the report. But radio has always been stubborn. Signals travel farther than intended. They linger. They repeat. Hospital records later noted a brief equipment failure occurring at the exact moment the transmission ended. Monitoring devices stopped recording for 9 seconds. When they resumed, the patient's condition was unchanged. Officially, some listeners claim the transmission continued briefly after the cutoff. Not clearly, just fragments of a familiar voice correcting itself, continuing a conversation no one else could hear. Daniel Reeves remains listed as missing. No confirmed location. No recovered broadcasting equipment. Only an unfinished program archived under technical error. And sometimes late at night, between stations, when the signal weakens and certainty fades, a calm voice still emerges from the static. Patient, confident, explaining why there is nothing to fear. Still working, still certain he is exactly where he is supposed to be, because the most frightening stories are not about those who discover the darkness. They are about those still explaining it, while standing quietly inside it.